This is way fancier than ours. We don't have sandwiches.
Take, you got 13 rebounds? Are you kidding?
Wow.
Jeez. That's awesome.
I had to make up for like the 2 yesterday.
I think you won.
Oh, okay, 1.
But your call.
All right, everyone, welcome back here to the 2016 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament presented by the Jeep brand. Our first quarterfinal matchup, number 7 Creighton, a 57-48 winner over second seed Villanova. Third victory in 3 tries for the Blue Jays against the Wildcats this season. And a couple of notes, the 8th win in 31 tries for the number 7 seed in the semifinals against the 2. First time the 7 seed has advanced to the semifinals since Louisville in 2008. So some history there for the Creighton Blue Jays. We'll take an opening statement from Jim Flannery first. Sydney Lamberty is with us as well. MC McGrory as well. Opening statement from Coach, and then we'll take questions for the student athletes. Coach?
Well, obviously thrilled to get a win over a team as good as Villanova, and nothing's easy when you. From the first time we played Villanova, the first, 2.5 years ago or whatever, 2 years and a couple months ago, when we joined the Big East, I said to our team in the first scout session, this is a team that does not beat itself, that you're going to go out and you're going to have to beat, because they don't turn the ball over, they don't make a lot of mistakes, and that was true today. I mean, they had 5 turnovers, and they play really good defense. I mean, we struggled for offense a lot of the day. I think when you ask these guys, how tough it is to get a good shot against Villanova, they'll be able to answer that. But we really fought. I thought defensively, the first half we were really good, and the second half the game kind of slowed down. They played a little bit more isolation basketball, which maybe helped us as a team that had played yesterday. But just really proud of our team, our effort, our attention to how we needed to win the game. And I think a testament to this team is that, the 2 players who are sitting next to me today are not the 2 players who were sitting next to me yesterday, and that's a reflection of our team, that we can have different people contribute in different ways. Sydney had 13 rebounds today, and I thought was unbelievable defensively on Hahn. I thought she just kept her feet and just did a great job. And MC's our money player on offense. She's been that way really since mid-December maybe, or maybe somewhere in there, and just really knows how to, just really wants the ball and can go get a shot against people. And we actually put in a play that we'd never run for her today, but just loved her aggressiveness on offense and the way that overall that we competed as a team.
All right, Coach, thank you. We'll take questions first for the student athletes only, and name and affiliation, please, for the benefit of our transcriber who's with us remotely.
Maddy Marinas White and Blue Review, I guess. First for MC, what do you think of the rims at this place?
I'm okay with them. They're working pretty well right now.
I guess today was, you look at the numbers and not many assists, but, the way the game was flowing, it was a lot of players just kind of making individual plays late in shot clock. I guess when you're watching it out there and breaking things down and having to make plays like that, for both of you, what was that kind of game like today?
Yeah, I think just trying to stay aggressive, and it really helps you to stay aggressive when, even when you miss a shot, we were getting those offensive rebounds and getting layups. So, I don't know, I think it was just, our teammates giving us confidence.
And we talked about before the game, they're a screening team, so they're good at guarding screens. So we knew that, our flare screens and down screens weren't really going to be there, so we talked about we needed to spread the floor and go to the basket.
Sydney, obviously Adriana's not Caroline Coyer, but she is very skilled. She's pretty quick. She has a nice step back. I guess when you were scouting her, watching film on her, and obviously seeing the way she's played the last 3 games without Caroline, what were some of the things you took away as far as what you needed to do today, and how did you think you executed that game plan?
Definitely keeping my hand forward. She can shoot the 3 ball from anywhere she wants. So, I mean, that was one of the big things, and she's super quick. She gets you up on your feet and goes right by you. So just keeping my feet and hand forward.
Matt Schumacher, Big East Digital Network. This is for MC. You're a junior, obviously, and with Marissa Janin going out with injury, it seems that you have really taken on a leadership role, and I especially saw that today. Being the vocal leader on this team, is that something that kind of came to you throughout the season, or when she got injured, you knew, okay, this is my team now?
I mean, I knew when she got injured that I needed to step up, especially from a leadership standpoint, but I think I've just been working on that throughout the season, and we'll continue to work on that.
John
Fanta, Big East Digital Network. Sydney, what is it about the mental toughness of this team that continues to have you guys just driving forward and now into the Big East semifinals?
I mean, clearly we didn't have the season we wanted early, and I think that kind of pushed us to practice harder. I mean, we really focused on that if we have good practices, those will turn into good games, and plus, like, our win at St. John's, and it just keeps helping moving forward, the wins that we've had.
It seems like you reflect your leader a lot, Coach Flan, that it's his calmness that I notice, and you guys really, I'll tell you what, I noticed he seemed calm at times. How do you reflect him?
I think just his ideas. I mean, he may seem not calm, but to us, when we're sitting down and we're talking about what we actually need to do, and he calms us all down and just says, names like 4 things, and this is what we really need to focus on, and this is what we need to do to win.
Matt Schumacher, Big East Digital Network again. This is for both of you guys. A lot has been made about the fact that you're a 7 seed and you kind of struggled in February, but now you're here. You've rattled off 2 wins, one against the number 2 seed, who you swept this season. Does it feel like you guys are an underdog in this tournament, or what's your mindset now from the start of the tournament now of going into the semifinal?
Sydney, you can start first on that one.
Okay. I think we didn't really consider ourselves an underdog. I think that throughout the whole season, we've seen that teams can beat anyone. There's anyone in the conference who can beat anyone. So I think we just came in that we need to have the right mindset and do what we need to do to win.
Yeah, I mean, we've known we've had talent to compete with every team in the Big East all year, and I think now we're just kind of starting to put it together and really focus in on the details to where we're able to show our talent.
Okay, we have time for one more question for the athletes.
Maddy Marinas White and Blue Review. I guess, big picture, looking at it, you guys have, Creighton has been in postseason 8 straight years. Obviously, tomorrow, to continue that is a must-win game. Are you aware of that going? If I look on your face, you're not. Going in, I guess, how much pride do you guys take in that streak to want to continue it and want to keep playing despite maybe things not going your way for a full season?
I mean, obviously this is a program that we're really proud of, and I think anything we can do to help build the program and just continue to work on the tradition that's here, I think we take a lot of pride in that.
Sydney, anything to add?
No.
Okay. Great. Ladies, thank you very much. You can depart the press conference room here through the back door there. John Fanta will lead you out, and then we'll reset here and take questions for Coach. All right, we'll take a couple of questions for Coach Flannery. Again, name and affiliation, please.
Maddy Marinas White and Blue Review. How calm were you today during those moments?
Jeez. Pretty calm, I think. Yeah. More so, probably. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be a player, but I think that, I think the second game, your nerves are a little different than the first game as a coach. I mean, just to be honest, I feel like I was more nervous yesterday because, you're maybe a little more tired the second day, and as a player and a coach, and that can be a good thing. But I don't know. I feel like we turned a corner. I know that's easy to say, but the week before we went to Seton Hall and St. John's, our practices were better. Like Sydney mentioned, I thought our practices were better, and I don't know why, because I wanted them to be better, but just more consistent. And when the young team, I've always said, you can have 2 or 3 younger players not show up or be not focused at practice. And then maybe the next day it's 2 or 3 different younger players. I felt like we were all really good and focused and did the right things that week. And we had our best road trip. We almost won at Seton Hall. We won at St. John's. I thought we played really well. And I think we gained confidence from that. And that's really kind of helped chill me. Because I feel like they've I'm not going to say that you never figured this game out, but we figured it out on a level that we really hadn't figured it out through the several weeks before that. So if I was more relaxed, that's maybe what it was.
You talk about Villanova as not a team that beats itself, but today you didn't let them beat you either, kind of limiting their second chance opportunities. I think maybe the battle on the boards might have been the difference in that. If you look at just kind of the way they were limited to one shot most of the time, what did you think about the way you guys executed in that area, and how big of a factor was it for today's win?
Yeah, I mean, I wish the writing was bigger so I could read it without my glasses. But I'm just kidding. I don't have glasses, but I need them. But yeah, the rebounding was big. We because I think without Caroline, what they've had, you look at their offensive rebounding numbers the last 3 games without her. Wilkes played great today. Like, that kid has really stepped up, and they've had to find more ways to score. And one of those ways, if you look at their 3 box scores and watch them, is they've been a better offensive rebounding team. And we talked about that as a team. It's like they don't have their leading scorer. They got to manufacture ways to score. So we did talk about that. And we've been a pretty good rebounding team. I mean, that's been something that we've been pretty decent at all year, and I think we've emphasized it enough against, maybe the best rebounding teams in the league, to the point where I think we've gotten better.
Does the M in MC stand for money, or does the S stand for clutch?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, she's come a long way. I mean, as a leader and as a shot creator, and we've needed that offense. I mean, without Marissa, so it's been fun to watch her development and her kind of get outside of herself. She talked about just, she's not vocal by nature, but I think she's done a good job of grabbing onto that and becoming a leader that this team needs. And I think sometimes when you get outside yourself and you lead, you can be more confident, and you're less up and down with a bad play or two. I think that's because how important it is that you maintain some semblance of evenness and stability. And I think because she's done that, she's probably more confident in those in the production area.
We got time for one more for Coach.
I guess the postseason streak, is it on the top of your mind? Are you thinking about it, or knowing that tomorrow is probably the way to extend it, or does it not?
Yeah, we haven't talked a lot about it. I just think the message has been just let's get better. Let's put ourselves in a position where we can keep improving. And so no, we haven't talked a lot about it. But I mean, obviously now it's a little bit more realistic. But I don't know. I mean, different. The challenges that we've had this year maybe have pushed that back to a different focus or a different place in my mind. And we haven't talked a lot about it as a team, because at some point, I've said this year for a long time we were one step forward, one step back, one step forward, one step back. So I think you can overuse motivation at some point. So to me, I just tried to focus more on the process. That's what my focus has been.
Okay, great, Coach. Thank you very much. Second time this season, the Blue Jays have won 3 straight games. We'll see them in the semifinals tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Fox Sports 1 here at McGrath-Phillips Arena against either number 3 Seton Hall or number 6 Marquette.
We have Jason Jerks.
Calm this out. My goodness. Watch my practice. Watch my side. Calm.
Okay, head coach Harry Peretta for Villanova, Samantha Wilkes, student athlete. We'll start with an opening statement from coach.
Yeah, it was like 30 years ago when I used to watch Kathy Meehan shoot at St. John's. I mean, thought I was flashing. Yeah, thought I was flashing back to the Big East tournament at St. John's. No, I mean, I thought going into the game, I thought we could hold them somewhere in the 50s, but my problem is I don't know if we could get 50 in a game. I mean, we're a very poor offensive team. We've been like that all year. And I told the kids, I told them after the game, I said, for us to have finished second in the league, won 19 games, shooting the ball at 38% as a team is like, it's like changing water to wine. It's not rising from the dead, but it's water to wine. So in one aspect, I can't really be disappointed in their performance throughout the year. I mean, obviously, I wish we could shoot it better, but that's something that we just don't do very well. So it's what it is. I mean, so I can't take away from what they've accomplished because, like I said before, I had somebody look up the stats, how many teams across the country shoot 38% as a team and have a winning record. I think it's only like 10%. So, that aspect, I really can't say anything harsh or negative about the performance because we give a lot of effort, but we just don't seem to make enough shots.
We'll do questions for Samantha. Name and affiliation, please.
John Fanta, Big East Digital Network. Samantha, you were in a zone this afternoon. Why was that?
I mean, especially like when Caroline went out, I guess we had a kind of different dynamic with the team and realizing that, a lot of different people needed to step up in order to win, especially against a team very similar to us like Creighton. I don't know, I guess I just kind of felt that you have to take the shots in order to make the shots. He always says that to us. So you just have to take the opportunities like one play at a time, and I think a lot of us tried to do that. As he said, we missed a lot of shots, but just game to game, especially with Caroline out, everyone has to step up. So
how was this group able to come together with Caroline's injury? Because you guys really have fought so hard and you won your last 3 regular season games.
I mean, a lot of it has to do with everyone knowing their roles. That's a big thing with our team, especially everyone knowing what they're good at, knowing what they need to do, and especially with Adriana Hahn being able to step up and play the point guard position. I think it was a lot easier than we expected in some type of way. Everyone just kind of still does what they do, and I guess the only thing we do lack is like making those extra shots, like he said, having another person that is going to potentially drop 20 a game. So I guess that's what we're missing out right now on.
Maddy Marinas, White and Blue Review. You look at the assist numbers today, you'll think maybe, there was a lot of hero ball being played out there, but I guess with Creighton's motion offense, constantly getting the ball from side to side and driving off of it, I guess how difficult was it to, switch those screens, identify players, identify shooters, and keep people in front of you today?
I think Creighton's offense is very similar to ours in different ways, but they're very efficient with setting their screens and constantly moving the ball. And at times, I think that that's their biggest strength, is just moving the ball quick and kind of getting the defense very confused. But I thought we did actually pretty decent on most of the screens, fighting over the screens, especially playing them twice previously. We get kind of used to that. But I really just thought that offense was our struggle today. I think we did what we needed to do on defense, and they made a lot of crazy shots. But overall, we're pretty used to getting over the screens because that's like our offense as well. So it's not that too much of a transition.
Any more questions for Samantha? Okay, Samantha, you can exit through the back door there.
Thanks.
Behind media. We'll let her exit, and we'll take a couple questions for Coach. All right, questions for Coach. Matt?
Maddy Marinas, White and Blue Review. Harry, I guess, what's your take on the way you guys defended the motion, the movement, and it seemed like they got a lot of plays off kind of their one-on-one dribble drive.
Yeah, well, that's what they're good at. The difference in this game today was they have more players that can make an individual play, especially when the shot clock's running down. Because both teams actually play good defense for, like, the possession, but it's whoever can make enough individual plays. And when Caroline went out, this is one of the teams that we don't match up well against. I don't care about records. Records are totally irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? It's matchups. And without a breakdown player like Caroline, it's difficult for us to break them down at the end of the shot clock like they did to us. So that's what they're good at. They wear you out. And that's what we're pretty good at, too. We wear you out by trying to guard our motion, and then we try to dribble drive it at the end of the shot clock. But once Caroline went out, the burden became too much on Adriana. And if you noticed, I was telling our associate athletic director, Adriana's stats have gone down each game since Caroline went out because teams are keying on her now, so it's a little harder for her. But that's the difference in the game is their ability to make individual plays, I thought, at the end of the shot clock.
John?
John Fanta, Big East Digital Network. Coach, how valuable was it, though, for Adriana to take the reins and have this in her freshman year now that she can move forward?
Oh, like it's going to help us a lot next year. Yep. You know what I'm saying? She actually did better than I thought. I got to be honest with you. I did not think. Look at our turnovers. We turned the ball over 5 times today. So that's what a freshman point guard. And Caroline leads the country in assist to turnover ratio. So we've been turning it over only 5 or 6 times since she went out, which that's the shocking part. Like, I was really shocked that we kept our turnovers as low as we have since she got hurt. But it's helping Adriana in that, you know, she's getting valuable experience now. Where before she was the off guard, she didn't have to handle the ball. Now she's got to handle it under duress, which is good for her. It's always good to get your butt kicked a little bit when you're a freshman.
And you know you're taking this team to a postseason.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Like, I'm hoping we get somewhere. You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm hoping we did enough to get in the NCAA tournament. If we don't, we'll get in the WNIT. So she'll get to play some more games, which is good. You know what I'm saying? It's good for our team for the future. You got to look at things in the reality standpoint. You can't live in a fantasy world, even though you're the Flash. I know.
Thank you.
I know you are.
We're off to a good start.
I know you're the Flash. What did I call him last year? No, I think I said the Flash.
No,
he's more Flash.
You said Superman.
Did I, man? All right, like Clark Kent.
And you complain about the popcorn, but that's for another day. Congrats on the season.
Anything further for Coach?
Yeah. Maddy Marinas White and Blue Review, I guess.
I know who you are. Go ahead.
Sorry. He tells me to say it every time.
I think I can take you one-on-one. Go ahead.
You probably. I guess the rebounding today, I guess when Creighton talks a lot about your program and that you won't beat yourself and then really focus on kind of making sure each possession counts. And today they really limited your second chance opportunities by making sure, you know, limiting you to one shot at a time. Mm-hmm. I guess since you are aware that you struggle to shoot the ball consistently, how big of a factor was Creighton limiting your second chance opportunities in that regard?
Crucial, because you know if you're not going to shoot it well and you can't get second shots, then you have zero chance to win because you can't score enough points. So I think that them doing that, limiting anybody's second chance points is always important, but especially for us when you're shooting it that poorly. You know what I'm saying? So I think they did a great job. I mean, the funny part is, it's like we're like mirrors of each other the way that we play. So, I mean, both teams play very similarly. So, but that was really important for them because we didn't get any easy baskets on like offensive rebound putback or something.
All right. Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks.
One note for the media, 9th time this season that Villanova has committed 5 or fewer turnovers in a game this season. I'm sorry? Oh, and a career